Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. Have you ever wondered how the Prophet Muhammad's taught us to find real peace and strength even in the toughest of times? Today, I want to take you on a journey that will, inshallah, transform the way you see life's struggles and show you how our faith holds the answers to every hardship. Picture this. The Prophet sitting quietly in the darkness of the cave of Hira, his heart trembling as the first words of revelation from Allah came down through Angel Jibreel. Read, "In the name of your Lord who created." Quran 96:1. From that moment, the weight of prophethood rested upon his blessed shoulders, and yet he faced rejection, insults, and even physical harm with the most beautiful patience and unwavering reliance on Allah. Think about how, when he returned from Taif after being pelted with stones, his blood mingling with his tears, he didn't respond with anger. He turned to Allah alone, saying in that heartfelt dua, "O Allah, I complain to you of my weakness, my lack of resources, and my humiliation before the people." Subhanallah, can you imagine that level of humility and trust in Allah's mercy? It's a reminder for us all that no matter how heavy the burdens feel, Allah's help is always near. Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear, 2:286, and the Prophet taught us that wondrous is the affair of the believer, for there is good for him in every matter. Muslim. Even in pain, there's a hidden gift, a test of faith that polishes the heart. Let's take another lesson from the life of Prophet Job, who suffered for years with illness and loss, yet never complained. His powerful words echo through time when he turned to Allah, saying, "Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." Quran 21:83. Brothers and sisters, do you feel your own struggles reflected in these stories? These are not distant tales of the past. They're living examples meant to strengthen our hearts today. The Sahaba, like Bilal ibn Rabah, endured brutal torture for the sake of La ilaha illallah. Lying on the burning sands of Mecca with a heavy stone on his chest, he never let go of the words, Ahad, Ahad, one, one. This courage wasn't born from ease but from the certainty that Allah is always with those who are patient. Allah says in Surah Al-Anfal, "O you who have believed, if you support Allah, He will support you and plant firmly your feet." 8:17. So when you face hardship, remember that Allah sees your struggle and your tears, and He promises relief. Verily, with hardship comes ease. Quran 94:6. Have you ever asked yourself, what if my dua isn't answered right away? Even the Prophet faced delays in revelation, like in the story of the slander of Aisha, when he waited almost a month for Allah's answer, but he never lost hope. This shows us that Allah's wisdom is perfect and His timing is always right. Let this fill your heart with the sweetness of tawakkul, complete trust in Allah. Every time you feel alone or overwhelmed, remember the words of the Prophet. Know that if the entire nation were to gather to harm you, they could not harm you except with what Allah had already decreed for you. Tirmidhi. This faith is not just a shield, it's a light that guides us through the darkest valleys. So, my dear brothers and sisters, as you listen to these examples, ask yourself, how can I take these lessons and apply them in my own life? How can I build that same unshakable trust in Allah? Take a moment to truly reflect on the power of patience, prayer, and sincere dua. The Prophet taught us that when a believer faces a trial, even the prick of a thorn, Allah forgives their sins and raises their rank. Imagine that. Your hardship is never wasted with Allah. Let your heart be comforted by His words, and whoever puts their trust in Allah, then He is sufficient for them. Quran 65:3. Let's walk this path with courage and hope, holding onto the rope of Allah that never breaks, and may Allah make us among those whose hearts are always soft in His remembrance, whose souls find calm in His worship, and whose lives are filled with the light of His guidance. Ameen. If this message touched you today, don't forget to share it with someone who needs to hear these words, because the Prophet said, "Convey from me, even if it is one verse." Until next time, keep your heart alive with dhikr, your actions sincere, and your trust in Allah unshakable. Jazakum Allahu khairan for listening. May Allah bless you and keep you steadfast. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.